So I've been using the Action 3 for about 5 months now, and in today's video I want to share my long-term experience with the Action 3 and whether or not I think it's worth getting into or if you should consider a different brand. So for this long-term review, we're going to focus on 4 key factors when it comes to the Action 3. We're also going to include the Osmo Action 1 and 2 and also the GoPro Hero 10. The key factors will be price, ease of use, image quality, and the editing process. Since all of these cameras work with all the different mounting options out there, I won't be considering this as a part of the review. Now at first, when the Action 3 was released, it was probably one of the worst action cameras out there because it had this significant focus issue that everything was out of focus except for the background, which was miles away. So now that we have a new firmware update, which we received some time ago, so there's no new firmware update to this video, but we received it some time ago when we were introduced to the 10-bit color and also where they seem to fix the focus issues. So after updating to the latest firmware, I've been taking this out for quite some spins to film some of the videos that I published here on this channel. Some of them are the Avada videos that I've been recording on the side with the Action 3, and some of them are the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I also been filming a lot with this during the winter with my son, and I've also gone back and forth doing a lot of focus testing with the Action 3 to see if the issue is still there or if it has been completely removed or just partially improved. Now first, let's start with the user experience of the Action 3 and how this is compared to the GoPro Hero 10, the Osmo Action 1 and the Osmo Action 2. Now out of all the action cameras that I've used, I think the Action 3 definitely has the best build quality. It has a fantastic touchscreen like no other action camera I've used. It's so responsive and it actually reminds me of the screen that I have on the Osmo Action 1, but better. This screen is fantastic, but now we have the same screen on the Action 3 but improved, so that's definitely gonna take the step up and be number one when it comes to the screen. And a feature I never thought I would ever use as much as I've done is the front-facing touchscreen. This has been my go-to screen for nearly all the videos I've recorded. It's actually extremely easy to navigate through the touchscreen and it is extremely responsive. So when you touch something, that's the thing that will open or that's the setting that you change to. So I'm extremely satisfied with the front-facing screen, and what I really love is that you have the same amount of settings control on the front screen as you have on the back screen. So I really appreciate that DJI has implemented and added that into the Action 3. Now, the magnetic mounting system, which was first introduced on the Action 2, is definitely a huge leap in the right direction. And since I also have the Action 2, I can use the exact same mounts from the Action 2 on my Action 3, but it doesn't go the other way around. You cannot use the Action 3 mounts on your Action 2. So that means if you already have the Action 2, you can just save those mounts and you don't have to buy an additional set of mounts. And I found 4 mounts to be enough actually, and I mounted those on different types of things. I have one on my helmet, on my bike, I have one in my car, and I have one on my stick. And the included cage makes it so much easier to swap from horizontal to vertical shooting if you want to make some videos for Instagram, TikTok, or make a YouTube Shorts video. But I do hope to see some changes in the Action 4. Personally, I hate using cages with my cameras, and I think that goes back to my years of experience using GoPros. And with the Osmo Action 1, you would actually need to use a cage anyway, otherwise you wouldn't be able to mount the camera on anything. The Action 2 with the magnetic lock system was a huge improvement, but here I also felt like I needed a cage because it's basically a framed screen and a lens, so it feels so fragile. So if only DJI could make the Action 4 with some sort of a flip out system for the magnetic lock system, that would be awesome. Something like an option to flip out the system which is already there and then add an option to lock it in place when shooting vertical videos. But yeah, the user experience is really good, but it also comes down to what you prefer. And comparing the overall experience with the Action 3 to the Action 1 and the Action 2, it's basically the same. All of these 3 cameras are super responsive when it comes to touching around on the screen, and they all 3 provide some of the same quality. There is a leap from the Action 1 over to the Action 2, but from the Action 2 over to the Action 3, there's not a significant difference difference in quality. But as for the GoPro Hero 10, I still think that the Action 1, 2 and 3 are more responsive and works faster when it comes to navigating through the settings. Now, I don't know about you, but to me it doesn't really matter how fast the camera turns on or how smooth and easy it is to navigate on the screen and how the layout is set or how long the battery lasts. I can always get a few extra batteries. But what really matters is the image quality coming out of the camera. So I've been using the 10-bit DC-like color profile and the normal color profile, and also the enhanced image quality option that we now have with the latest firmware, and I put together a short sequence of about 30 seconds, and I've only applied a few corrections to the DC-like color profile and no adjustments to the normal color profile. So let's take a look. So let me know what you think of the image coming straight out of this camera with minimal adjustments to the DC-like color profile and no adjustments to the normal profile. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, one of the things that bothers me with this is not the Action 3 itself, but it's actually the fact that I haven't been able to travel overseas to actually use this camera as a travel camera, which is the main reason I get these action cameras, to put them on a surfboard, to put them on my paddleboard, and to do some, dive, snorkel with them. And I haven't been able to do that because of commitments here at home with school, work, and all of that. So I'm really looking forward to the summer now, so I can be able to capture something else which is not snow or where the imagery just looks sad, because that's the season we're in now. If it's not snow, everything looks so sad. Now, DJI has also done a good job correcting the focus issue we experienced on the release, but in some situations the GoPro Hero 10 is still proving to be the better optimized camera. And with the GoPro cameras, you can also select between 3 different sharpness settings, which you don't have with the Action 3. So for that, a huge benefit for the GoPro Hero 10, 11 or 8 or 6 or 7, whichever you have, that you can actually change the sharpness settings. The sharpness I used on the Hero 10 in this video was medium, and I think this provides the overall best image quality without needing to add additional adjustments in post. However, for daily usage, I see no major differences between these two cameras. I mean, you're not getting an action camera to do the test I've done in this video. You're most likely taking it on a trip to document your travel, or mount it on your bike, or do some vlogging or action sports. Now, when it comes to the editing process, and what I mean about that is color correcting and grading the 10-bit DC-like footage coming from the Action 3, or adding some extra spice to the normal color profile like a custom LUT. Now, I do actually prefer the normal color profile of the Action 3 over the 10-bit DC-like, just because it goes faster. And with my signature LUTs, I can only apply a single LUT to the footage and I don't have to think about anything. I don't need to do additional corrections. The only thing I have to do is to adjust the intensity of the LUT, and I have a perfectly good looking image for my travel sequence. So for that reason, I'm in love with the normal color profile of the Action 3 because it's so much faster and it's so much easier to work with. But I do find DJI's DC-like color profile to be one of the easiest and best to color correct. And it only took me a few seconds to correct this image right here. But when it comes to an action camera, I really want everything to be super fast and super easy. So for that reason, I prefer skipping the 10-bit DC-like color profile for the normal color profile on the Action 3. To me, the Action 3 and the Hero 10 is pretty equal. They both deliver in their own ways, and what I really like about the GoPro Hero 10 is the vibrant color profile and the ability to shoot 5.3K, which is really awesome and something that I wish I had on the Action 3. However, the Action 3 creates a more natural look to the eye, so if that's the thing you're after, then Action 3 should definitely be your action camera. You also have a natural color profile on the Hero 10 and also a flat profile. I'm not a huge fan of the flat profile though, so I never use it, but the natural color profile is also a pretty good option, but I really love the vibrant one. And for the Action 3, I really like the normal color profile and the colors that it provides, the color science, and that it gives you this natural to the eye look. Now let me know your thoughts on these two cameras or any of these cameras if you have any of them, and which one do you prefer the most? The big question would be, which of the GoPro and the Action 3 do you prefer? The Hero 10 or the 11 or the Action 3? Do you have both? Do you have any of them? Which one? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions related to the Action 3, let me know down in the comment section below. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, that would be really appreciated if you click that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so we don't miss out on any videos. Also, if you found any value in today's video, please let me know by giving this video a like. And with that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.